In the quiet town of Willow Creek, Tennessee, the Cumberland River drifted slow, as if it had nowhere else to be. The air carried faint pine and freshly cut grass. At the altar of First Baptist Church on Elm Street stood Jackson Jack Harlan, 22 years old, charcoal suit pressed by his mother the night before, dark hair still damp from a nervous shower meant to steady his shaking hands. His heart pounded louder than the organ behind him. Across from him stood Savannah "Savvy" Monroe. She looked unreal, pulled straight from every memory he'd clung to. The lace gown, once her aunt's, felt sacred on her. Childhood love, first best friend, the girl who laughed with him in kindergarten, scraped knees beside him in middle school, grew into the one constant in his story. Looking at her felt less like a new beginning, more like the quiet continuation of everything they'd already been. The pews held family, friends, nearly half the town, all waiting. The preacher began the vows. Then Jack's heart slammed, hard, loud, like a bass drum in an empty hall. His mind drifted. Nashville stages, blinding lights, screaming crowds, record deals. Dreams whispered to Savvy under open skies, dreams she believed in, even when he doubted. But forever, standing there facing her, suddenly felt heavy, not comforting, heavy like chains tightening around his chest. He leaned toward his best man, Travis Caldwell, voice barely breath. "I can't." He turned. He didn't look back. He walked out the side door, footsteps louder than the organ. Savvy stayed frozen at the altar. Her bouquet of wildflowers trembled in her hands as the music faltered, cracked, and fell silent. 8 years passed, like pages torn from a forgotten songbook. Jack became Jack Harlan, country sensation, voice deep, gravelly, laced with unshakable longing, heartbreak in every note. Songs climbed charts, ballads of roads not taken, loves left behind, nights staring at hotel ceilings, tracing plaster cracks, wishing for the unreachable. Fans loved the mystery in his lyrics. They never knew the real girl behind the pain. He kept one thing from his old life, a battered flip phone, cracked screen, tucked in the inside pocket of every jacket. On it, Savvy's voicemail, from that night, the night he walked away. Her voice fragile, trembling, yet steady. "Jack, come home, we can talk. I love you. Please." One rainy November morning in 2025, after a packed Memphis show, Jack woke in his suite to his publicist banging on the door. Scrolling news on the cracked phone, he froze. Travis Caldwell, best friend since 3rd grade, the one beside him at the altar, dead. Single car crash on the old river road, drunk driver. Travis, married young, 2 kids, Willow Creek's fire chief. Jack stared until words blurred. He booked the next flight home. He arrived under slate gray skies, hat low, rental truck instead of limo. Town unchanged, hardware store with creaky porch, diner where he proposed over milkshakes, church steeple piercing clouds. He checked into Riverbend Motel, avoiding his parents' house. Father, retired sheriff, hadn't spoken to him in years. Mother passed 4 years earlier from cancer. Jack sent flowers, skipped the funeral. Travis's funeral packed the cemetery. Jack stood at the back, half hidden by an oak. Savvy saw him, black coat, hair longer, loose braid, eyes locked. After the service, as mourners drifted to cars, she walked straight to him. Her punch landed square in his gut, hard enough to double him over. "You don't get to just show up," she said, voice steady, eyes blazing. Jack gasped. "I'm sorry, Savvy." She turned and walked away. He stayed. Next morning, Jack entered Monroe's bakery, Savvy's grandmother's place, now hers, ordered black coffee, lingered at the counter. A little girl darted from the back, tray of blueberry muffins in hand. Savannah's hazel eyes, Jack's dimpled chin. 8, almost 9, Harper. The timeline hit like a slap. Born 7 months after he left. Savvy raised her alone, told the town the father was someone who couldn't stay. Harper knew Jack's songs, sang along while wiping tables, never suspecting the coffee buyer was the voice on the radio. Jack came every day. At first, Savvy served in silence, sliding the cup like it might burn. Harper talked non-stop, school projects, stray cat behind the shop, wanting to learn banjo like that singer Dad listens to. Jack bought her a beginner banjo from Main Street pawn shop, taught basic rolls on the bakery's back steps one afternoon while Savvy frosted cakes. Weeks unfolded slowly. Savvy allowed supervised visits. Jack repainted the faded sign, fixed the leaky cooler, mowed the lawn at Savvy's Maple Lane house. Town watched, mixed. Some still called him the Runaway. Others saw the quiet change. He turned down tour dates, ignored frantic calls from manager Lauren, sharp reminders of deadlines and contracts. One evening, Harper asleep on the couch after movie night, Savvy and Jack sat on the porch swing. Fireflies blinked in the yard. "Why now?" Savvy asked, staring at the dark river beyond trees. "Because I never stopped loving you," Jack said. "Fame didn't fill the hole I left. Every song was about you. Every empty hotel room reminded me what I threw away." Savvy's voice cracked. "You left me standing there, Jack, in front of everyone. I cried for weeks. Then I found out I was pregnant. Called, left messages. You never answered. I had to choose hate you forever or love our daughter enough for both of us." "I don't deserve forgiveness," Jack whispered. "No," she said, "but Harper does, and maybe I do too, for still hoping you'd come back someday." Reconnection stayed tentative. Jack taught hot arpoards, read bedtime stories, helped with homework. One weekend he took her fishing at the river, like his father once did with him. She reeled in a small bass, beamed at his high five. Savvy watched from the bank, arms crossed, small smile tugging her lips. Tension lingered. One dinner, Harper choked on apple. Jack froze, flashbacks to his mother's hospital bed, the helplessness as she slipped away. Savvy's brother Caleb, Harper's uncle figure, performed the Heimlich, saved her. Later, Caleb found Jack at the bar, nursing beer. "You froze," Caleb said. "If that happens again—" "I know," Jack said. "I'm scared I'll fail her, fail you all." "Then be better," Caleb replied, "or leave again, but don't half-ass this."
Next morning, Jack sat with his father on the old house porch. Sheriff Harlan, gray-haired, quieter now, finally spoke. "I was angry," his father said. "After your mama died, I shut down, pushed you away without meaning to. You ran to Nashville because staying hurt too much. I get that now." Jack swallowed. "I should have come back for her funeral." "You should have," his father agreed. "But you're here now." Jack wrote a song, not for charts, but for Savvy and Harper. Simple acoustic, raw lyrics about roads leading home, second chances. Practiced in the barn, fingers calloused from strings again, not tour buses. One crisp Saturday in early December, Willow Creek's Christmas tree lighting filled the square. Lights draped the gazebo, Carolers sang. Kids chased through snow-dusted grass. Jack asked organizers for a surprise set. They agreed. Mayor flipped the switch. Tree blazed gold. Jack stepped on stage with guitar. Crowd hushed. Savvy and Harper stood near front, Harper clutching hot cocoa. He strummed opening chords. I ran from the promise I made that day, left you in white, walked the other way, chased lights that burned cold, fame that rang hollow, but every mile I drove your voice followed. I'm back now, forever my girl, with a heart full of sorry and a world full of world. If you'll let me stay, I'll prove every day you're the home I was running toward all along. Voice cracked on the last line. Harper's eyes widened. She looked up. Mom, is that about us? Savvy nodded, tears shining. Applause erupted. Jack stepped down, knelt before Harper. I'm sorry I wasn't here before, but if it's okay with you and your mom, I'd like to be your dad from now on. Harper threw arms around his neck. I already knew you were my dad. The songs told me. Savvy pulled him up. We have a lot to figure out, she said. But yeah, stay. They didn't rush marriage. Jack canceled the tour, recorded an acoustic album locally, songs of forgiveness, family, roots. Played small gigs, a diner, county fair, church fundraiser. Harper learned beside him, banjo blending with his guitar. 6 months later, same chapel. Harper scattered petals down the aisle, town-filled pews, no whispers, only smiles. Jack in the same charcoal suit, pressed fresh, Savvy in white lace, eyes locked on his. This time, when the preacher asked, Jack said, I do, voice strong and sure. After, they danced under string lights in the churchyard. Harper twirled between them. Jack lifted her to his shoulders as fireworks lit the sky. Later, night quieted. Jack and Savvy sat on the porch of their new house, the old Monroe place, renovated together. Harper slept inside. You kept that phone all these years, Savvy said, touching the cracked flip in his pocket. Couldn't let go, he replied. It was the last piece of you I had. She leaned her head on his shoulder. We're not pieces anymore. We're whole. Jack smiled into the dark. Some roads take you far, through neon lights, empty applause, but the best ones circle back, through regret, through healing, through love that waits. And in Willow Creek, under Tennessee stars, Jack Harlan finally came home.